Good morning. My name is Roberto Estrada. On behalf of my father Roberto, my sisters Liliana, Dolores, Alma, Luisa, and Blanca, my brother-in-laws Orlando and Greg, my wife Jessica, and our extended family, some who have traveled from Mexico. I want to thank you for joining us this morning and celebrating the life of my mom. I'm Luisa Estrada. Maria Luisa Jimenez was born on June 21st, 1940 in Tepic, Nayarit, Mexico. She was the daughter of Juan Jimenez and Luisa Jimenez. Her father, a native of Tequila, Mexico, was a musician who played for the Guadalajara Symphony and Orchestra. She often shared stories of how special he was to her. In my mom's eyes, her father was the very best. She loved him so much and spent so much of her life listening to the very music my grandfather played and enjoyed. Growing up, I remember my mom often singing songs that celebrated the classics and honored her dad's memory. My grandmother, Luisa, was a devoted mother to her children whom she raised by herself after my grandparents separated when my mom was a teenager. My mom often shared how difficult it was for her to be raised in what many call a broken home, especially at a time when divorce was not spoken in a society where religion did not allow for it. Even though she came from that broken home, my mom's unwavering perseverance of Catholic faith kept my mom's family together through tough challenges of raising her younger siblings and dropping out of the 6th grade to help put food on the table for her family. It is not the childhood she would have wished for herself, but it was one that she overcame. I share this with you because in her early struggles and experiences to fight out in my mom, what will result in the legacy she has left for her own children and grandchildren. Through her life story, she embedded in us the belief that there's no struggle you cannot overcome, no bond stronger than that of united by faith, family, and love. My mom met her best friend and love of her life, Roberto M Estrada, when she was 16 years old. She knew him as Chaco. They lived in the same neighborhood, and my dad was good friends with her brothers. As they all hung out in the evenings as a group of friends, my mom and dad's friendship grew, and soon sparks developed. They had a lot in common. Both came from a broken home. Both had to quit school in elementary to support their family, and both had to raise their younger siblings. There was an instant connection. Their love grew over the years, and then one night, my mom and my dad went out on a date. My dad, being who he is, purposely took out a silver gun wrapper and lovingly wrapped it around my mom's finger like a ring. They didn't have much money, and she thought he was just being playful, but he knew he could no longer see his life without my mommy. He secretly went to a local jewelry artisan with that gun wrapper and used it to give her the jewelry ring, an engagement ring. It was perfect for her. My mom was so surprised he spontaneously proposed with the perfectly fitting ring, but Chaco had planned it all along, and there was no way my daddy would lose her. My mom and dad were married on October 15, 1962. Today would have been their 54th wedding anniversary. My dad was very clear when he chose today to celebrate my mom's life. He told us that it was the right celebrate my mom's life on the very same day when they swore to God that they would build a life together, till death do us part. It's undeniable the love that they had for each other, but their married life was not easy. My mom and dad desperately dreamed of a better life for their children. Together, they made the brave decision to have my dad come to America alone to earn a better living for his family. Unfortunately, history had repeated itself, and now my mom, like her mom, was left to raise my three sisters in Guadalajara, Mexico, while my dad followed the American dream to support his family. He found work in the restaurant industry in Los Angeles, while my mom stayed to work with my dear grandmother in a makeshift laundry business out of her home. This long-distance relationship lasted a few years, but knowing my mom, as I know you all do, she put her foot down, and she made a decision to come to America and unite her family. She lived with the stigma and challenges of a broken home, and she was determined not to have her children suffer the same. Which brings me to another point, something that many of you know about my mom, and if you didn't, you might recognize this trait in all of her children, and possibly some of her grandchildren. My mom was absolutely determined. She was very kind and patient and loving, but when she wanted something, she was relentless in ensuring she got it. I often wondered, how is she able to do it? I mean, there's 8 of us. There's only one her. How does she always manage to get her way? She did this because she was patient, she was steady, and never took no for an answer. You either did it the nice way, or she mom guilted you into submission. Sorry, Mom, you know it's true. Which brings me to an example of my mom's determination. On a cold and snowy winter night, my mom decided to surprise my dad and moved to LA so she and her 3 little girls, all under the age of 5, boarded a bus from Guadalajara to Tecate, a border town where we have family, and then took another bus from Tecate to Los Angeles. However, that night, the buses made an emergency stop in Tecate on top of the hill because it started to snow, and the buses did not think they could travel down the steep and narrow road. My mom pleaded and begged one of the 2 buses to please allow her and her 3 little girls to board the bus and drive them down the mountain. You see, she was not allowed to board the bus. She would not be able to provide shelter in the snow that night, and with 3 little girls, that wasn't an option. After some time of my mom pleading with the bus driver, probably guilting him too, he finally allowed them to board. My mom in the back of the bus on a seat with my sisters on a mattress on the back of the bus. The bus did make it down the mountain and to Los Angeles, where she finally reunited her family. This was a long journey for her and my sisters. Since that day to her last, she never let anything come between her family. She was the glue that held our family together. She helped raise all her grandchildren in their early stage and never stopped giving them advice and encouragement. She also volunteered at Jefferson Elementary School, Belton Junior High, Lenox and Hawthorne High, where her 6 children attended school. In fact, she was a volunteer at Jefferson for so long, the then principal at the time referred to my mom as the head seamstress for the school. Her dedication to her children and grandchildren early on made us feel safe and loved. This all helped mold us into the nice, kind, and resilient family we are today. She was a talented artisan and gifted seamstress. Her family and friends loved wearing her handcrafted fashions and eating her amazing home cooking. She She raised 2 generations on her famous sopita, tamales, moles, and chicken salad. She had an incredible presence, a gentle, calming, and tender soul that sought her advice. Those that sought her advice were never judged and always walked away feeling peaceful. As a woman, wife, mother, grandmother, and dear friend to many, her strength and resilience has forever left an imprint. She is a true angel among us. Her legacy of unconditional love and unwavering faith will live on through the many generations that follow. One of her best qualities was that she also welcomed all her children's friends as her own and helped raise them by giving them advice and, of course, feeding everyone she met. Last, my mom loved to share jokes. Her infectious laughter and colorful jokes filled the room with joy. If you log on to the website, there's a link for some of them. All of our friends and family wanted to maybe 3 things when we came to a visit. A good meal, maybe some advice, but definitely a good, colorful joke. One evening, as my mom's health began to decline, the doctor came into the hospital room and shared with us that mom needed emergency surgery. The chances of her making it were basically slim to none. Those few hours we had to spend with our mom before the surgery, she spent telling us, family, her jokes, and sharing funny memories. She ended up doing well after her surgery, and she did for many years during her declining health. The funny thing about that night wasn't that once again she overcame a health scare. Oh no. It was that she spent what was perceived to be her last hours reassuring us that it was all going to be okay, and it was. The doctors were always amazed as to how she was always able to bounce back from the laundry list of health ailments associated with her condition. But yet, they didn't know my mom's determination to hang on for her family. My mommy, after her last day, raised her family to stay in faith and always protect one another. In this lifetime, my mom taught us that other than the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, there are 3 things that matter the most: love, family, and faith. Okay, wait, maybe louder too. My mommy loved and prayed for her family, including her extended family, and our friends and loved ones never left the house without being blessed by my mommy. Her legacy will live on through the lives whom she loved, but most especially her grandchildren, who she loved and believed were the best gift that God ever bestowed on her. Amanda, Orlando, Brittany, Jackie, Matt, Marissa, Christian, Isabella, Sophia, and Onyx. We know how much Yolita was so proud of each of you. She loved you without limits, and we are blessed to have had a beautiful woman raise us and mold us into the people we are today. And now it's up to you to continue and carry on the legacy. In honor of my mommy, I will end with how she always said goodbye to us. En nombre del Padre, del Hijo, del Espíritu Santo.
invite the grandchildren up to give a celebration of life with their grandmother.
Hi, my name is Amanda. I thought to start with this. I was the first grandchild. And at the time, I didn't think that. Because I was under the impression that she was actually my mom. And my mom was joking. And as the fun thing, she just wanted to adopt me. But really, I always thought I just had two moms. So you can imagine how much fun I thought it was having 5 siblings. And that's because she treated not just me, but all of us like we were a part of her. So, losing a mom is probably close to the hardest thing I've done so far. But I think from all of us, we did get her strength. And I do know that we're all going to be okay. And I tried to figure out how I was going to talk about her today. But all I can think of is the last time that I saw her. And the last time that I did get her blessing before I left the house. And even though it was the last time, it's going to stay with me. I will tell probably the funniest thing. And she always did tell stories about me. But one time, we were walking, and I saw a kid getting yelled at by his mom. And I immediately ran over and told her not to do that. And my Rachel, my mommy, was not embarrassed. In fact, she defended me. She continued to do my entire life. I could never get yelled at, and I could do no wrong. Which is not how real life works. I do thank her for giving us our lives together. And I will remember every minute that I have with her. Because without her, I wouldn't have you guys. Or the rest of you. I love you.
This is yours. The reason why we all call her Wita, I like to think was because of me. Just because as a kid I couldn't say abuelita. I still can't say it right. So I called her Wita as a kid. And it just stuck. I remember she was to tell me a memory of me as a kid. It would be at my old house. We would play baseball. And I remember how she would pitch the ball to me, and right before she would pitch it, I would always top my bat on the floor, and I would always ready, and then she would just love that. And she would laugh. Her laugh was just so infectious. also remember as a kid how she would always take care of me and Amanda as a kid. And I have this one memory at my house, how she was gonna leave. And I just wanted her to leave or else. And I remember just packing all my things in a little like couch so I could go with her and I would wait for her by the car. I just love her so much. And I think there are like words that will never sound the same, meals that would never taste the same, places that would never even look the same. Because the woman who ended each of our conversations asking God to bless and protect me before saying I love you and help my parents usher me to adult parents is no longer here. But I have memories of her. She left really good items behind too that I really hold really dear to me. Like all her scarves that she made for me. I wear them all the time. And I wear them with pride. And I think one of the beautiful things that she left us was her tapes of her singing mariachi. My grandpa was playing one this morning. I think it was Amanda or Sophia or Isabella singing along with her. But her laugh, just her laugh, and her lovely voice of her singing the mariachi was just heartwarming. And I think that's one of the beautiful things that she left us.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackie. I met Luisa when I was 6 years old. My dad met Dolores and we met this whole family. But I remember going over to Luisa and Chapo's house and her being so welcoming, and I didn't speak a word of Spanish at the time. So all she said was, I love you, and she had this unconditional love for us right away. Just welcomed us into her family and made us a part of it right away. I never felt like I was a stepchild at any time. I always felt part of you guys. And I think I'm thankful for all the women and men she's raised, because you guys are my world. You guys are amazing, and everything you've done for me and my family and your family is all for her, and it's all because of her and the way that she's raised you. I do remember her singing a lot with her too. We both loved to sing, and whenever we'd go over, she would record us, and Brittany and I, and Landy. But she would record us. She thought we were so good, and all she wanted to do was record us and hear us sing and hear us happy. And I definitely remember her laugh. Everyone remembers that laugh, that smile, her jokes. It's just infectious, her joy and her love and her faith. And I'm just so, so blessed to have known a woman like her.
Yeah, like Jackie said, we had the language barrier, and it felt like she was frustrated. She wanted to love us so much and take us in and everything, and you can feel it. She just told us, like she said, I would just say, I love you. That's all she knew how to say. And you felt her love so much. Like the language barrier was so hard, but it didn't even matter, because you just being around her, she would bless you and everything. You just totally understand how she was trying to express everything to you. And I wish that she was still around to see my grandson grow up. That was the first thing I thought of. And she always loved him. She always wanted to, whenever I walked in, she wanted to hold him, see him. And whenever the family gatherings were around, she would look at me and not say a word. I would have to just go right to her. Like, she was the first thing to say hi to. She didn't get up. She sat down and go to her. Yeah, but you know what I mean? It was like, that's how you went to the room to go see her. And then when I had Onyx, it was like, look, I have something to show you. And you know what I mean? It's like, so, it's just, that's the toughest part. sometimes I feel like she's, she's watching over him now. And that's something, but I don't know what to say.
Hi, my name's Brittany. Sorry if I cried. My grandmother was the most amazing person I have ever met. Not only did you feel her warmth and welcome through her loving embrace, but you felt it in the way she made you feel. Anytime that I would see her, she would look at me as if I was the only person in the room. She would say, "Hola, chula hermosa," and her little face would light up as if she was so excited to see you. Her smile alone would make anyone's day, and just by looking at her, your heart would melt in an instant. Luisa was the cutest, most loving and caring person I have ever met. Her sweet and funny personality would light up any room she entered, and she would make anyone fall in love with her cute jokes. Though behind her jokes and smiles was a heart that experienced much pain. I remember long ago my mom explained to me how her and her sisters came to the United States. She told me at a very young age how both my grandfather and grandmother sacrificed so much for their children so that they could have even better opportunities. The old American dream, as many would say. But as I grew older and am now graduated from college, I can't help but think that it was more than just any old dream. To my grandfather and grandmother, it meant sacrifice. It meant leaving behind, not by choice, but by strong hope, their 3 little young daughters, in order for my grandparents to save enough money to buy a house so that they could be reunited again. Reflecting back on it now, I cannot tell you how strong my grandmother had to have been to let go and say goodbye to her little girls, whom she loved more than anything in the world. I cannot imagine how hard it must have been to come to the United States and live every day without seeing her daughters dress up to go to school, give them a hug and a kiss goodnight, or even tell them that she loves them. I can't even begin to tell you how much strength she must have had in order to do that. But that very hard decision she made long ago was not only for her children's future, but also her grandchildren's future. The legacy she leaves behind to us is one that I'll always honor and cherish. My Luisa was a living example of treating everyone, no matter their situation or circumstance, with love and respect. She taught us not only to treat everyone you meet with kindness, but to fill their hearts with hope and compassion. I can't help but think that my hunger and drive to make a difference in people's lives comes from her gentle yet strong spirit. One of my most treasured memories with her was when she told me a story not long ago about when I was little. I was about 12 years old and had just gotten surgery to get my tonsils removed, she said. She continued to explain to me with tears in her eyes that she was so happy to come and take care of me. She said in Spanish, and I'll say it in English because I can't really talk Spanish that well. She said in Spanish, "Do you remember I made you your favorite soup and jello so that way you could eat?" And I replied, "Yes, Luisa." I remember with a big smile on my face. She said, "Well, I never told you this," and then she started to cry. And it wasn't a happy cry. She said, with tears rolling down her face, "I always felt so guilty because you lived so far, and I always felt like I couldn't spoil you how I do with my other grandchildren." I could tell in this moment that she seriously felt this pain and guilt and had carried it with her all this time to my adulthood. I then grabbed her tiny and shaky hands and told her, "Luisa, you have always made me feel so loved and spoiled. You're the best grandmother anyone could have, and I will always remember all those grandmother was. She had the biggest heart that I had ever known. All I can say now is that looking back, I was the lucky one. I feel so lucky and honored that God chose you to be my grandmother. And I will miss and cherish you every single day of my life. So thank you for all the love and all the laughs. Thank you for showing us that a kind and genuine heart will take you farther in life, and that giving back to others would be the best gift we could ever receive. I love you with all my heart, mi vida linda, y que Dios te bendiga. Rest in peace, our beloved angel. My name is Marissa, but my grandma called me Marisita. So, my dad used to tell me when I was a little girl that your grandparents are not going to live forever, but they sure will love you forever. It's impossible to summarize 21 years of love and memories that I have with my grandma. So instead, I decided to write a letter to her. Dear Lisa, I keep waiting to wake up from this horrible nightmare and see you again. And to think the last time I saw you was a week ago. You were sleeping so peacefully, and I didn't want to wake you, but I wish I had to tell you I love you and hug you one last time. I never thought I would have to say goodbye so soon. But today, I want to take this time to thank you. Thank you for being my second mommy for 21 years. And thank you for taking the time to raise all of us grandchildren and shaping us into the adults we are now. You have shown us what strength and perseverance really means. Because of that, I thank you. For our family is more unified with the uttermost strength. Thank you for being the light of our lives. Walking into a room with you in it instantly felt like home, warm and full of love. Your jokes and advice made any room light up. You taught me more in life than anyone ever could. And you loved each and every one of us unconditionally. And I'll never forget the moments we shared. Or they might not have been singing, because I like to share food with her. It was cooking enchiladas together and hiding them from everyone. So that way we had more to ourselves. It was eating pan dulce, whether we snuck out after chocolate left for work, and came back and hid it under your bed. It was when you had one Milky Bar left, you gave it to me, even though I didn't deserve it, and I knew you weren't going to get me anytime soon. I thank you for the times you played outside with Christian and I. We played for hours, whatever we wanted. You were our goalie, you were our pitcher, and you were really good. My childhood was blessed with so many memories that you were a big part of. And one of my favorites will always be coming over every day after school and seeing your beautiful face, followed by telling you, "Ahorita tengo hambre." The smile on your face after that sentence would beam with joy. You gave every person you met the guidance and faith they needed to continue on their life journey, all while handling your own struggles. That is something I will always admire. I refuse to say goodbye to you, so instead I will say I love you, and I'll see you soon, my guardian angel. But say hi to my daddy and Tata for me.
My name is Christian. One of my earliest memories, just in general, was sitting on the carpet playing with the Hot Wheels that my dad would give me. Just the smell of soup in the air. And we feel watching my telenovelas. Refusing to put on SpongeBob for me. I hated it so much. It's hard to put into words just how much the grandparents impossible to describe how much she cared for all of us. We love each and every person here as much as one person possibly could, and then some. She's one of the most kindest, most selfless, and wisest people I've ever known. All of her grandchildren can agree that her grandmother's first instinct was to give, and that never changed as long as we knew her. Almost as soon as she walked in the door, she would offer you food, snacks, or whatever she knew you liked. She often had hats, scarves, and blankets for all of us, which we all cherished. She made my first baby blanket when I was a baby. They all often was going, and that would keep me calm. She was a wonderful woman who made all of our childhoods bright and full of love. Picnics in the backyard, to playing baseball, to walks to the market, to get sweetbread. My grandma gave everything she had to us, and we were eternally grateful. She genuinely did care for us. She would always bless us with left hands. I remember one day, I had forgotten to say goodbye to her, and I was walking out the door. But before this time, I had never heard my grandma be genuinely angry with me. And she said my name, and she said, Christian! And it just escaped my time. And she pulled me to her, and she said, I'm just saying this. She said, never do that again. And she held me close, and she seemed to bless me. And I never felt like so guilty in my entire life. And from then on, I always made sure to say goodbye to her. I love you, Joe. Thank you for everything that you gave us. I'll never forget you.
My name is Isabella. Rita was the hardest family. We all miss her, but now she's in a better place. Now she'll be able to watch us. The scenes of God and Jesus. She is in peace. I bet she must feel happy seeing us honoring her. You must know that no matter what, she always loved us. We were blessed to have her. If I would have known how big she was, I would have told her she was the best person I'd ever known, but I didn't know that until now. But it's that.
My name is Sophia. Lisa used to make me hats and blankets out of yarn. She made me yummy food and gave me lots of hugs. I'm going to miss Rita very much, but she'll always be my guardian angel. I love you, Rita.
At this time, if I can call Brenda, please. Wow. I didn't follow that. I'm Greg Cooper. I'm the awesome, fortunate husband of Dolores. I don't know how that happened, but I'm so glad. And the father of Matt, Amanda, and Jackie, and the grandfather of Onyx. So, the next thing coming up is probably the best part of the show. of our celebration together. Because this is about celebrating life, Mary and Luisa. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to smile, you're going to frown, you're going to have memories. Sorry. You're going to have memories that are going to come out as you watch this. The family, you won't believe the effort that they put together. The whole family, they had a scanning party to get some of these pictures. Digging underneath things, back to, the garages and shelves, and pulling out digital. You'll see the difference between some of the stuff that looked like it went through World War II. It got scanned in, and some of the digital stuff that is fresh and ready to go. But the whole family pulled together and pulled this together, and then Dolores and Amanda have spent an ungodly amount of hours putting this together so that you could celebrate the life of Mary and Luisa with us together. So without further ado, please enjoy and sit back and enjoy.
Por llevarme al altar, cantaré con alegría, el sin ti no quiero a nadie, no quiero a nadie, novia mía. Novia mía, novia mía, cáscame de plata y oro, tienes que ser mi mujer. Novia mía, novia mía, con tu cara de azucena mucho, mucho te voy a querer. Por llevarte al altar, cantaré con alegría que sin ti no quiero nadie, no quiero.
Deseo claridad.
Sigamos todos con salud. Y que gracias a papá Diosito por tener las familias, este amor nunca se rompa ni se pierda. Que cada día crezca más. Y gracias a papá Diosito por todo lo que nos ha dado.
Acaricio tu rodilla, veo surco a surco tu mirada, mi respiro te devora, esa flor de maravilla, salobras el deseo, tan buena que va. Matiz de una ilusión se desborda sin saber qué es lo que hago, sin canto, sin instintos, nunca más te dejo ir. Es que no sabes lo que tú me haces sentir. Si tú pudieras un minuto estar aquí, te parece tonterías, esta pena de mi sangre y vivirías aquí, y tú abrazado a ti. Es que no sabes lo que tú me haces sentir. No hay momento que yo pueda estar sin ti. Yo soy de ese espacio, que haces tuyo, de lo tuyo en mí. Y es que no puedo estar sin ti. Estaba tan perdido por ti ser. And you were the one that always stayed. You know my face without a name for so long. Beautiful smile that hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. It might have appeared before, but I've got it all here in my arms. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I love you. I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. I would fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. You are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, the wind beneath my wings.
Hola mis hijos, estoy bien. No se preocupen, estoy muy bien, ¿ok? Los quiero mucho, bye
Well, and one of the best I've seen. Very good. At this time, I would like to call up Orlando, please.
Hi, my name is Orlando, and my Luisa was my mother-in-law. I have lost my second mom, but heaven has gained another angel. So, okay, as we light these candles in memory of Maria Luisa and in honor of you, we light one for our grief, one for our courage, one for our memories, one for our love, and one for our hope. These candles represent our grief. The pain of losing you is intense. It reminds us of the depth of our love for you. These candles represent our courage to confront our sorrow, to comfort each other, and to change our lives. These candles are in memory the times we laughed, the times we cried, the times we were angry with each other, the silly things you did, and the caring and joy you gave to us. These candles are the light of love as we enter this holiday season. Day by day, we cherish the special place in our hearts that will always be reserved for you. We thank you for the gift your living brought to each of us. And these candles are the light of hope
reminds us of the love and the memories of you that are ours forever. May they glow of the flame, be our source of hopefulness now and forever. We love you, Mother Luisa.
So ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to do what's called a candle lighting ceremony. And as you'll see in my hand, I'm holding a small candle. What we're going to invite the immediate family that's in the reserved seats, starting with the last row. I'll escort the rows up. Orlando will hand you a candle. Light your candle with the lit candle in the middle, and then place it closest to the candle, and then we'll work the way out. The idea is when you place your candle, either say a prayer for your beloved, or think of your fondest memory as you place your candle. Once the family has placed theirs, I would ask that if you want to place a candle, please place one candle per family. That way everybody gets a chance to place a candle. And then after the family, we'll start from the back and work our way up. If you're going to come down this side, please make your way back down to your seats. And then if you can get the last rows in the back to stand, you guys can stand in the back. Form one line if you're going to place a candle. Please stand. If you guys want to place a candle, please jump in the line. You guys want to stand? Whoever wants to place one, go ahead and make your way down, and we'll go row by row up. Nobody else back here? Anybody next?
The condolences will be after a reception. Right now it's just the candle ceremony.
And it's the first time I've worn this shirt, and it's already been worn. So I had to tuck it in.
You look beautiful. No worries.
I cannot see it, and it's at the end of the
Huh? I know.
as we continue on with the services today, at this time I would like to call Jessica up, please.
Putting the food supports, the pictures, the prints, views, always by our side. We consider you our sick sister, even though Dad said you're the favorite. I'm Jessica, and I'm married to Robert. And I wanted to tell you, thank you for coming today for my mother-in-law. But she never saw herself as my mother-in-law. She always told me and introduced me, like Luisa said, as her sixth daughter. When I moved here from Miami, away from my family, she took me in immediately. And as her daughter, so today, we all lose our mother. We lost her way too soon. So, I want to thank you on behalf of the family for coming today to celebrate how much love she had for all of us. And what an amazing, most devoted person, amazing person she was. Thank you on behalf of all of us, from the bottom of our heart, for coming and paying your respects. So as we have this moment here, we would like to invite you to join in the reception area and for some refreshments and be able to continue the celebration. Thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, my co-workers, everybody here at the mortuary, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you guys in the loss of your grandma, friend, mother, wife. We want to thank you for the opportunity to serve you in your time of need. On behalf of the family, we want to thank everybody that's been here to show your support, give your kind words, give your memories, give anything that you've given to the family during their time of need to alleviate the pain that they're going through in this time. We ask that you continue to please keep them in your prayers, keep in touch with them as they're going to need as much contact as they can have with all of their friends, their family, and their loved one. As Jessica stated, the family would like to invite everybody out of our chapel doors, directly out into our reception hall, to continue celebrating her life, to continue the memory sharing. As you walk out, we will be handing out a little pack of forget-me-not wildflower seeds. And the idea is, plant these somewhere nice and bright in your home, and when the first flower grows, may a nice, warm, loving memory of Mrs. Estrada come to your mind and hearts. Again, on behalf of Rice Mortuary, thank you for coming. Please continue the memory sharing today in the reception. Have a good afternoon.